And today we will be talking about chapters 16 to 18 in Stand Up Yumi Chung by Jessica Kim. And without further ado, let's begin. So we just finished, so let's do a review. Currently, Yumi is working on Operation Show My Case, and now there is some trouble there's money trouble, right? Mr. Montgomery came and he was saying, hey, you have a lot of bills to pay, and then so they had to, and then Yumi's parents were like, just wait for the grand reopening, it's gonna be awesome. Well, do you think that the grand reopening is gonna solve all of their problems? Well, with that thought, let's begin. Chapter 16, where Yumi is going, went to UCLA. She just went there without her parents' consent or Yuri's consent. Instead, she just went there lying about being at Ginny's, right? And so, how do you think that Yuri will take Yumi's sudden appearance? I don't think that she'll take it very well, and sure enough, Yuri is surprised and annoyed because she was right in the middle of working, and then suddenly Yumi just barges in, right? And do you think that Yuri was wrong to pass a perfectly good opportunity that will give her a stable financial life, to give her financial freedom, and instead choose to work at Starbucks? Do you think that that was wrong? I mean, if you had been Yuri, what would you have done? Now, so what do you think? How did you think about Yuri's response? Right? She was like, hey, you guys are gonna have to solve it, right? And yeah, if you had been Yumi, would you have been really angry at her, or would you have understood? I would have sort of understood, right? She has her own things going on, she has to support herself, but still, I would be angry because maybe she should come back. If she comes back, then she'll be able to help the restaurant, and she'll be able to help get work done, and yeah, or maybe she should get a better job so that she could actually help the restaurant. But she's not even helping that, right? She's just saying, look, it's not like I'm a genie who can solve all our family's problems. And do you think that, and so Yuri really scolds Yumi about comedy camp, right? Because what she's doing is not right. And do you think that Yumi, do you think that she'll make everything right? Do you think that she'll have the courage to go up to Jasmine Jasper, give her the check, and admit the truth? Or do you think that something wrong is going to happen? I have a bad feeling, but I think that something bad is going to happen. What about you? When you were reading it, how did you feel? And still, so Yumi, she really wants to go to Pam's. She has these new friends, and she's trying to follow her passion. Still, she's doing something wrong. So what do you think is the best option, right? It's morally right to choose to, give Jasmine Jasper the checkbook, to give her the check, an apology, and just come out clean. But still, if she does that, she won't be able to follow her dreams, and she'll have to go to Winston, right? And that was that. I mean, and that would be a terrible thing for Yumi. And do you think that their mom and dad will forgive Yuri, or do you think that relations will be still shaky between them? And yeah, will Yumi be able to fix the mess that she's gotten into? Do you think that she'll be able to crawl out of the hole, out of the grave that she's dug herself in a way? Or how do you think that Jasmine and Jasper will respond? What do you think? What about Felipe and the other and Felipe and Sienna? Yeah, I think that because Jasmine is pretty nice, so I don't think that she'll get really angry over it. I don't think that she'll get ballistic over it, but I do think that she will be disappointed in Yumi. Or now, of course, I'm pretty sure that she'll know Yumi's actual name by the end of that session. And if you have been Yumi, would you have been really nervous? Well, I wouldn't have stolen an identity in the first place. I would be too nervous to even do that. But even so, I will be totally nervous. My heart will be beating. I will be panicking, and I would just be like, and I will be planning to just rush up to Jasmine and Jasper and be like, I'm really sorry, I'm not Kay, and so here's a check. Bye! And then I would just run for my life. I know, it's not the best of apologies, but it gets the job done. So do you think that Yumi would lose her nerve? Definitely. I mean, I just knew that Yumi would lose her nerve at one point or another. And the second that I read Jasmine say lied, right? Angrily. I didn't even need to read but if there's one kind of person I cannot stand, is liars. That's what Jasmine Jasper said. But even before she said that, when she said lied, I definitely knew, okay, Yumi has just lost her nerve. And sure enough, she did. Those are the types of hints that I can easily pick up on. And so, just think about it, Yumi, she's just lied. She's coming to Jasmine Jasper to confess, and suddenly Jasmine Jasper suddenly really worked up about lies. I'm definitely like, Yumi's gonna lose her nerve. She was already beginning to lose her nerve before she even got to Jasmine Jasper's door. And do you think that if you had been Yumi, do you think that you would have just been like, do you think that you would be like that, or would you just complain? Look, yeah, I am very nervous about these types of situations, but even I, a really nervous guy, even I would be like, I would still complain, because I wouldn't want to go to Jasmine Jasper's a second time. I just want to get everything done, finished, like that. Zilch, nada. There's no more problems anymore. That's what I would like. And do you think that Yumi will ever complain to Jasmine Jasper and Felipe and Sienna and her parents? Do you think that Operation Show My Case will work at all? And when they find out, how do you think that they'll react? I mean, Jasmine Jasper probably isn't going to be really mad, but what about Felipe and Sienna? What about her parents? Do you think that they're going to be super mad? Do you think that they'll be stunned? And yeah, what do you think? Finally, chapter 18. So Ginny opened her lunchbox to find spam, right? And so she says, seriously, spam? It's like she gets her kicks by torturing me with these processed meat products. This is literally a vegan's worst nightmare. She might as well have put some lard on top for garnish. And do you think that Ginny's parents will ever accept that she is vegan and that she will stay vegan? Does this remind you of another case? Yeah, Yumi's, right? What about another? And this time it doesn't have to be from this book. It can be from any book or movie. And then Yumi decides to tell Ginny about everything that's happened, right? Everything that's happened. If you had been Ginny, you'd have listened to that. What would you have advised Yumi? Yeah, I would have advised her this. Okay, here's what you need to do. You've already dug a hole for yourself, your grave. Get out of that grave when you can. First, just come clean with Jasmine Jasper. If you haven't, just write a letter, okay? And mail the check to her. Then come clean to the rest of your friends. Finally, actually study and get into Winston and don't complain and things will be all right. Because, I mean, sure, Yumi could be like, I want to go to Pam's, but that's probably not going to work. Still, I would advise her to try to go to Pam's, but if that does not work, then Winston. And so, if you have been Yumi and you have been listening to Ginny's advice, how would you have felt? Now remember, maybe you're thinking, I wouldn't have done that in the first place. That's crazy. But even if you hadn't, just think about if you thought the same as Yumi, right? Then how would you feel? I would feel struck. I would feel sad. And I would feel hopeless. But at the same time, I would understand the reasons for it. So I'd be like, so it's like, you know that junk food is bad for you, but you still want to eat it, right? Like you like Flaming Hot Cheetos. I love them. I adore them. Even if I love Flaming Hot Cheetos, I know that, oh my God, they are bad for me. There's so many calories in them. Or consider this. You know that it's bad to stay up late, but you still want to do it. For example, once I slept at 3 o'clock. Why? And yeah, you're going to think that this is crazy. But you know how I love books? Well, when it gets dark, I listen to audiobooks, which are just as good. And there was this really awesome audiobook, and I just could not stop listening to it. Mostly, when I'm listening to audiobooks, I just drift off into La La Land, basically dreamland. But this time I was like riveted to the book. And it was at 3 o'clock when my mom was finally like, Jaden, stop listening. Maybe it was because she was bothered by the noise. Maybe it was just because she realized that my sleep schedule will be permanently ruined. And so the chapter ends in a really awesome way. The last paragraph is, I mean, it's not awesome for Yumi, but it's pretty cool. I mean, Jessica Kim did a really good job ending this chapter. What does it mean to follow my heart anyway? What if pleasing my parents and wanting to do comedy are both pieces of my heart? It is. And how do you think that Yumi will be able to achieve both at the same time? What do you think? Because this is a big deal. And this is a big deal for Yumi. This is a life changer, a game changer, a life changer, a world changer, at least for Yumi. And in the end, do you think that she will go to Pam's? Do you think she will be with Felipe and Sienna? And do you think that she will have come out clean? I mean, I'm pretty sure about that. But still, do you think she'll be going to Pam's by the end? And finally, to cap it off, my last question is going to be, yeah, Ginny is right. Yumi should go out when she can. But still, Yumi wants to follow her heart, right? And so my question is, in the end, what path do you think Yumi will choose? And finally, to finish it off, there is an unheard voicemail from Mom, and it is, Yumi, did you get a lot of studies done at Hagwon today? I hope so. Just a few more days before the big exam. Remember what we always say, you can do it. Also, don't forget Daddy's speaker installation is today, so we have to close the restaurant. We were thinking maybe we can go visit your sister. She has a day off from Starbucks, too. Maybe we could go to the Diddy Reese for the ice cream sandwich. You love that walnut one. We will pick you up from library early at 1 o'clock. See you. Don't forget to put on sunscreen. Well, yeah, why do you think that this is really important? Why do you think that this is super important? Well, at first I was like, it must mean nothing, but then my brain was like, click, click, boom. And I was like, this voicemail is unheard. They're picking Yumi up early at the library, but Yumi isn't going to be at the library. She's going to be at the Haha Club. And then I was like, oh no, Yumi is definitely going to be exposed. And yeah, in the next chapters, we're probably going to read about how Yumi gets exposed. How do you think everybody will react to it? Well, we have a very we have a lot of epic chapters to go through. We're actually we're almost finished. Well, not almost finished, which would be very sad. But still, we've gone way through the more than half of the books. We've gone through this much. We only have this much left. Well, right now, we just finished page 204. And if you don't count the acknowledgements, we only have 306. Meaning only 102 pages left. That might sound like a lot, but to a reader like me, it isn't. Well, I hope that I'm going to see you next time. Keep reading. Today, I finished 2 books. The Story of Success by Malcolm Gladwell is amazing. You should totally check that out. And Amari and the Great Game by B.B. Austin. I love this book. Also, check out Front Desk and all other books, because books are amazing and they're gonna change your life. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you next time for more about books and technology. Bye!